Hello, hello, Swiftie sis. In today's Taylor Swift Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to play Betty exactly how Taylor played it during her 2020 ACMA's performance. There's just something so magical when it's Taylor and a guitar because, in my opinion, the live version of Betty is far superior than the album version because her vocals, oh my goodness, her vocals on the album are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but they just shine live. And her guitar playing is so dynamic, it's so good. It just really helps tell the story that she's trying to share. And speaking of stories, I thought it would be cool to teach the entire teenage love triangle this month. So last week was August. This week is Betty, and next week is gonna be Cardigan. Also, yes, we are using the same guitar that she used during this performance. This is an Epiphone inspired by Gibson J180 in the color Ebony, and Taylor actually plays a Gibson, so Gibson owns Epiphone. So just to clear that up, this isn't the exact model that she used, but it is inspired by the model that she used. And if you would like to check it out, of course, I will drop a link down below. So just to preface here, this song has a lot of parts. We have 5 different chord progressions and we have about 14 chords. So there's gonna be a lot here, but I do have a full playthrough and printable lesson. If you would like to check those out, you can join Fearless Fam and become a Curl Strummer and have access to all of that content so you can follow along. I highly recommend, this is one of the probably most challenging Taylor Swift songs. So having a printable guide to follow is really gonna help you out a lot. And also it is folklore era themed and it would make a super cute Taylor Swift songbook. So feel free to hop on over there so you can get the printable guide and follow along with this lesson. So if you wanna play Betty exactly like Taylor, you're gonna want your guitar to be tuned up to standard, and she's not using a capo in this performance. Like I said, 14 chords. Taylor actually, I counted, played 13, and I will explain that later. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but there is definitely a chord that Taylor left out, the 14th chord, and we'll go over it. So starting off, we have a C major. You can play it just like this, but I actually think that Taylor goes between this shape and this shape, which is taking the second finger off, and then using your third finger to mute the 4th string. And that also counts as a C major. And I feel like this voicing, you can really hear it like, Betty. But I do think that she definitely alternates between the shapes because she kind of needs the first C shape if she's doing the picking that she's doing. So going back to her C shape here, our next chord is gonna be a C over B. So you're just going to swap out your second finger on the 5th string and take your third finger off. And then we're gonna have an A minor 7. So you just walk that finger down 1 string. We're also going to have a regular A minor. And from here, we're gonna have a G sus4, which is a G shape that Taylor uses pretty much almost all the time. It's a really pretty chord. So from here, you're going to remove your second finger and take your third finger over to the top string on the 3rd fret. And you can lay over your second finger over your third finger. You could even use your pinky instead if you want. And what it helps you do is mute that 5th string, so it gives you a little bit of extra power there, and you're also muting the 1st string, so you get this. So pretty, right? Now there are some parts in the song where she does use a regular G major, or it could be a G5. It's kind of hard to tell. I was really trying to close in on it, but I think it's one of the two. She does use G5 quite a bit in place of just like a regular G major. You can use either or. Now we do have an F chord in this song, but of course, as we know, Taylor does not play bar chords. So she does an F over C shape. Sounds just like that. You're basically making a C major and you're adding your pinky on the 3rd fret 4th string, and it cancels out your second finger. So you don't even need your second finger here, but I like to put it there because I feel like it makes transitions to and from certain chords really easy. So that is the first 7 chords, the first half of the chords that you're gonna need to know to play this song. We're gonna learn the second half of the chords in the second half of the song towards the end, really, like the bridge and the final chorus, because we have a key change. So that is gonna require an entirely new set of chords, but we don't need them right now, so we will learn them later. Now, the strumming is a very integral part of this song and really this live performance, and I'm gonna show you exactly how Taylor did this. I'm gonna give you a couple of options. One that is exactly what she's doing, and then the other option is just like really close to it, but I think it's just like a little bit easier. So we're gonna start off with that kind of like pick strumming pattern that she did, and she really uses it mostly during like the intro and kind of like there's like an interlude bridge thing that she uses it in, but she kind of just drops that for most of the song and just strums, because I think it probably is a lot easier for her to just like focus on like singing and strumming, because like picking, like doing like a pick strum thing can be a little bit difficult when you're singing, and there's also like a bajillion chords. So let's just take a C major, for example, here, whichever C that you want to do. And what she is doing is she's picking the bass note of each chord. The bass note is like the root note of the chord. So for like a C major, it's the C note here, because the 3rd fret, 5th string is a C note. That's theory. You don't really like need to know that. What really helps you figure out what that bass note for the chord is, it's usually one of the topmost strings that you would strum whenever you play a chord. So you never play the 6th string for a C major, so you're not going to pick that one. So you're going to go to the 5th string. That's like the thickest one. So like the thickest strings are like the bassier ones. So you're going to pick that. And then you're gonna pick the 4th string. Oh, I just realized I'm doing this C major. Okay, that's why I said that she probably switches between the 2 different Cs, because if you play a regular C major, then you don't have a muted string, so you go just like that. So you pick the first 2 thickest strings. So we have pick, pick, and then we're gonna strum down, down, up. Also, if you wanna play that C shape without the 2nd finger, you just play the 5th string, you skip the 4th because it's muted, and you just go to the 3rd. But from this performance, I can hear her play 5, 4, then just like that. G sus 4, you'd pick the top string, the 6th string. The 5th one is muted, so we can't pick that, but you can play the 4th. So you can go. So you get the gist. Now the second option that you have, the one that I really like and I think sounds equally pretty, is you're just gonna pick 1 string and you're gonna have a little bit of a different pattern. So all you do is pick that 1 top bassy note of each chord, and then your strumming is down, up, down, 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 up for each chord. I truly think, aside from all of the chords that you have to learn for this song, getting that pick strumming combination down is a little bit of a challenge. So don't feel the need to tackle that right away, because I feel like that's not even the most important thing. Like if you want to sound like it eventually, yes, like it's a huge part of how it sounds. But the most important thing to do right now is to make sure your chords are memorized, so that way your transitions are fluid and smooth, and just focus on simple down strums if you need to. So if you need to just cut it down to like single down strums for each chord, do that, or you can slightly fill it in with some extra strums. But I'm gonna show you the pattern that she uses throughout the song when she is singing, and it's just a simple down, 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 up for each chord. Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switch your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me. So all of that is the majority of what Taylor is doing for the entire song. We will also have some dramatic down strums, of course, and I will point out where those are. And then we're also going to have one more strumming pattern that comes up later in the song, but that is like its own thing, its own beast that we will get to later. Our first progression takes place during the intro, verses, and the many interludes of this song. And we're gonna come back to this progression a lot. So it starts off on C major, to our C over B, to our A minor 7, Then we have G sus4, 2 measures of F over C, and then G sus4. Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me. Betty, one time I was riding on a skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe. Our second progression takes place during the pre-choruses, and it is a combination of our first progression with a new set of chords. So it kind of like blends the verse together with the pre-chorus because that first line of pre-chorus is your first progression. So after you play that first progression line, then we're gonna have A minor to G sus4 to C major to F over C. Then our second line is gonna be A minor, G sus4, then 2 measures of F over C, and 2 measures of G sus4. So to strum the pre-chorus, you're going to strum through that first progression just like you normally would. And then when you get to this new set of chords, you're just gonna single down strum. The worst thing that I ever did is what I did to, and then you go, you. And that is 8 total down strums for F over C and 8 total down strums for G sus4. And you want to kind of like build it up, like you're ascending into the chorus. And what Taylor's doing at the end of playing that G sus4, she's muting it, and you want like a nice audible kind of like slap there. And then she goes right into the chorus. Our third progression takes place in the choruses, and it's almost exactly identical to our first progression, except for just like one little chord difference. So we have our C major, C over B, A minor 7, we have our G sus4, F over C for only 1 measure, and then we're gonna go to A minor 7, and then we have G sus4 for 2 measures. And you'll play this progression twice for every chorus, and then it's going to go back into our first progression for the interlude. So let's play through the chorus starting from the end of the pre-chorus. So we have you. So if I just showed up at your party, will you have me? Will you want me? Will you tell me to go straight to hell? Lead me to the garden. In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it's just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. Our fourth progression takes place during the bridge, and we have A minor to G sus4 to F over C, back to G sus4, and you're going to repeat this line of chords one more time. After that, we have the interlude, which is the first progression. So you'll play through all of those chords. And then our last line of chords is A minor to G major to F over C to F minor, which is our lost 14th chord. So during the ACMA's performance, she stayed on that F over C for an extra measure, and you never hear it go to a minor chord. But during the Eras Tour movie, you can hear the minor because her band is playing it. Now, I tried to see what she was doing during the Eras Tour movie, but she whips her guitar to the side and strums the last chord, and I couldn't see what she was building. So I was like, hold on, I'm gonna go on TikTok because there are a million videos of the Eras Tour on TikTok, and there's gotta be at least one video from a side perspective where she was facing, where I can zoom in on her hand. And sure enough, I found a video and I zoomed in and I could see that she was staying on the F over C just like in her ACMA's performance. She never moved a single muscle over here. No digits were moving. So if Taylor Allison Swift herself says, I'm not gonna play that chord, we don't need to play that chord. So if you're not ready for bar chords and you just wanna hang on to this F over C for another measure, do that. But if you would like to do the F minor I do have a few helpful resources for you. I have a video that I will link here and down below. It's my F minor chord tutorial, but I also have an entire course on bar chords called Bar Chord Breakthrough, which literally helps you break through your bar chords and makes them so simple. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll link it here and also down below as well. I think the strumming for the bridge is a lot of fun because it's a mixed bag. It's pretty dynamic. So for the first couple of chords, the A minor and the G, we're gonna do 8 down strums per chord. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then our F over C, we're gonna do down, down, mute, down, down, mute, and then G sus4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could also do 2 sets of down, 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 up instead of just straight 8 down strums per chord. And then the second time that we go through that line of chords, we're actually going to do a muted strum, so like palm muting. So you're gonna take the side of your palm here and you're gonna rest it over the strings and you're gonna do 8 down strums per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're gonna play that interlude first progression just like you would normally. And then we go into our last line of chords, which is our A minor, G, F over C, F minor. It's gonna be so A minor, down, down, mute, G, down, F over C, down, and then 1 down strum on the F minor, if you choose to play it. If not, just do a second measure of F over C. It's Taylor approved. Also, when you're transitioning from that last G sus4 that comes right before our first progression walk down, it's gonna be a blend of being muted, and then you're going to gradually open it to a full strum. I was walking home on a broken cobblestone, just thinking of you when she pulled the black, a figment of my worst intentions. She said, James, get in, let's drop. Those days turned into nights, slept next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long. So I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at our fifth and final progression takes place during our final chorus, and we have a key change, which is super cool, but it means that we also have a new set of chords to learn. So most of the song is in the key of C. So we have showed up at your party, where we have so I showed up at your party. Starting off, we have D major, easy enough. Now we're gonna have a D over C sharp. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your pinky finger and you're gonna swing it over to the 5th string on the 4th fret. I know this is a stretch. This is a hard chord for me to do too. But you're gonna wanna do it this way because you wanna hold on to this D shape. It's going to be very important for the next chord. So just try to make sure that your fingers are not like flat down. You want to kind of like arch them a little bit. That's going to help give you that reach. And another thing I like to do is I like to push my D major instead of kind of being like in the middle of the frets. I like to make sure I push kind of towards the end here because that helps give me my reach a little bit more. And it should sound something like this. That's not even perfect. A little bit more guitar T. This part she does not play during the Eras tour. She just completely puts the guitar down. She's like, the band can handle it. Hey, respect. I honestly think it made sense on the Eras tour because then she just got to like twirl her dress around and she's like, and I showed up at your party. But here's something that kind of like frustrated me about the live performance on the ACMAs was that the camera person, I don't know if this was like intentionally like planned, but they zoomed way in on her face so you could not see the chords that she was playing during the majority of this part of the song. And I was like, I need to see her fingers. And this is something that like frustrates me sometimes like watching these performances is that like they cut so much of the guitar off. And I'm like, I want to see the freaking guitar. So she's doing D major, and then she's doing the D over C sharp. And then from here, she's playing what I think is a B minor 7, or you could call it a D over B, because technically we're still hanging on to this D major shape, but we're letting go of the pinky from the 5th string. And instead, we're gonna curl our thumb over onto the 5th string on the 2nd fret, both muting the 6th string and playing the 5th. And this is a really tricky thing to do, but this is something that Taylor does with her thumb. It's very strategic, and it gives you this, which is a B minor 7 variation, but it's also a D over B, same chord, different name. So that's why I'm saying this D major shape is important to hold on to, because you're gonna use it here, and then you're gonna do that. So you're literally gonna transition from pinky to thumb, pinky, thumb. So D major, pinky, thumb. Just practice that. D major, pinky, thumb. D major, pinky, thumb. Then we're gonna have A major, G major, D over F sharp, E minor 7, and A. So you're gonna play this progression twice. Yeah, I showed up at your party. Will you have me? Will you love me? Will you kiss me on the porch in front of all your stupid friends? If you kiss me, will it be just like I dreamed of? Will it patch your broken wings? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. All right, now that we walked through the fire and the flames of the key change, now we have this last part where it's like, so I'm gonna walk you through this strumming, and I'm gonna take it super slow. So our progression is D to A to G, and you're gonna do that 3 times. And then our final group of chords is D, D over F sharp to G. And that concludes the song. So the strumming that we have is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. So D major, down, down, up, then A major, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. And that is everything you need to know to play Betty on guitar. If you need some extra help with this song, I am hosting a live guitar lesson covering the song and answering your questions. You can check it out, join Fearless Fam for more details. If you sign up as a Vault key holder, you will have access to all of my weekly live guitar lessons where I go over the Taylor Swift songs that I teach and answer your questions. And you can also have access to the printable guides as well as the full playthrough. So check that out, because this is like one of those songs where I feel like it would be so great to have an extra resource. And next week we'll be moving on to cardigan. So get your cardigans ready, and I will see you in the next Taylor Swift Tuesday.